For 8 innings, nothing doing. Then Schwarber, Harper, Cave, and Castellanos with that 3-run home run. And that's the thing about baseball. You just don't know. 8 innings and nothing doing, courtesy of Sandy Alcantara, Ricky Pitalico.
Yeah.
And the Phillies found a way to win, and they are now, after winning it 3-1, 58-49 on the season, tied with San Francisco for the top wild card spot.
Getting there. Climbing a ladder. That's what it feels like with the Phillies. But nothing's easy. Nothing's coming easy for this ball club. I mean, you look at this game. You look at Ranger Suarez gave up 10 hits, only 1 run. I mean, that's hard to do when you really put that down on paper. And then Sandy Alcantara was really good. I thought his slider was very good. He's not that same strikeout guy that we knew. What I saw him trying to do is expand the zone a little bit and then expand further away, and he was getting some good results that way. Both teams were pretty good. I thought the turning point, in all honesty, came in the bottom of the 7th inning. I mean, you get a leadoff walk from Stallings, and then a ball literally goes all the way to the wall and sits on the wall. I don't know about you, but that ball was hit. I said, well, that's a run. It's 2-0 automatically. And this play took about 30 seconds to develop. And Stallings was thrown out at home plate. I mean, talk about running in waist-high water. That's what it looked like.
But we both thought at the time the ball gets hit, Castellanos is trying to get it.
There was no
we
chance.
Thought he's scoring.
Good relay. Castellanos ran to the ball. Give Casty a little bit of credit here. Ran over to the baseball, made sure he got it, made sure he made a good throw to Stott, and Stott hit Stubbs perfectly in the chest.
Yeah, let's go to Ruben and check in down in Miami. Ruben Amaro Jr. called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. Time for the crossover. And Ruben, please make it clear to our viewers what the Phillies were facing in Sandy Alcantara, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, a guy who just came off a complete game shutout of Tampa Bay, of all teams. And although he has struggled throughout this season, and although the Phillies laid a 9th spot on him back in April, he looked like the Cy Young guy tonight.
Yeah, he was dealing. I mean, he was pitching a beautiful game, and the Phillies basically had no chance against him. And with the way he was moving the ball around the plate, utilizing all of his pitches, all 4 of his arsenal. I mean, this is a guy who's one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, and he was showing why tonight. And I think the Phillies were elated that he was taken out of the game. He had 100 pitches. I know the game is different nowadays, but to me, there's no reason at all to take that guy out of the game. If that was Mariano Rivera in the bullpen, then I would have taken him out of the game. But David Robertson, while a great pitcher, and he's had a tremendous career, he's not a lockdown guy necessarily. And I think Nick talked about it. I think he's right. I think that, the reason why they got him is because they needed a closer, and he's had some success doing that during the course of his career. But I think in a lot of ways, Schumacher did the Phillies a favor.
I agree with you. I thought Alcantara should have finished that thing out. Talk a little bit about Ranger Suarez. Wasn't the easiest battle that he's ever been in, but he fought through it.
He sure did, and the defense played well. Because how do you win baseball games? You get good pitching, you get good defense, and you get timely hitting, and that's exactly what you got out of this game. This is kind of a team effort. Some pretty good plays in the outfield. I mean, we've maligned that defense from time to time, but today they played very good defense in the outfield. Marshy was excellent on left. Castellanos made that very good play in right field. Guys made the plays that they had to, got the double plays they needed to get, and Ranger Suarez was around the plate today. I mean, he threw so many strikes, and there was a lot of contact, but also nothing that was really that damaging. And you got to give Ranger a lot of credit and the bullpen. I mean, those guys came in and did a heck of a job. So I was pretty excited about what we saw. And one of the biggest things that comes out of this game for me is the way Sir Anthony Dominguez pitched at the end. He has not been Sir Anthony of last year for a variety of reasons. One of them, health, and I think a little bit of confidence. And I think that game is going to go a long, long way because his stuff was electric today. Got a couple of pop-ups and a punch-out, and that was a great sign for the Phillies because they really need he and Alvarado, hopefully when he gets back, to be in the back end of that bullpen. And, Marte and Hoffman and those guys have done a nice job. Obviously, Kimbrel's been excellent. But you add a guy like that in Sir Anthony, and he starts pitching the way he pitched last year and what he did tonight, That's a great sign, man.
Time, in fairness to Stallings, not that I want to be fair to Stallings, you're talking about the relay from Stott, a perfect tag by Stubbs, Castellanos staying with the ball. I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the book either. He kind of plodded over, got the ball, threw it in there, and had to be perfect. Boom, boom, boom to get the runner.
That was great execution. I mean, I want to talk a little bit about Stubbs here at the end, but perfect execution. The guy grabs the ball, he gets it quickly to Stott. Stott throws a missile and an absolute strike, and he, on both sides of the ball, Stott's been playing great baseball. He hit the ball hard again, 3 or 4 times tonight. Didn't get any hits, but again, I mean, he's been excellent defensively. He's been basically flawless. But Stubby at the end, I mean, he makes a heck of a play. This is a guy that wasn't even supposed to play today. He hits about 2 or 3 balls on the screws. He Yuli Gurriel grabs him for a couple of diving plays, unfortunately. When you're a bench player, man, that's the worst. You know, you're hitting bullets against the best pitcher in baseball, and the guy's grabbing, you know, making plays on you. That's just not fair. The baseball gods are not being nice. But he makes a heck of a tag play at the end of that play. I mean, it was three plays.
Don't forget
one
the double play he started.
Castellanos' throw, the relay from Stott, and the tag by Stubbs was excellent. And I can't say enough about the job that he has done and the job that he did behind the plate working with Ranger Suarez and the rest of the group. Super job by Stubby.
I can't believe you're leaving out the double play he started.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's the other play. I apologize. Yeah, because he bounced out, and again, how many 2-4-3 double plays do you see? He bounces out, throws a bullet to Stott, and Stott again makes a great relay for that double play early in the game. I mean, you know, it is not easy to play in the major leagues, and when you're not playing you're only playing like once every 12 days or 10 days like Stubbs does. And to be able to perform and do that job, and a very important job. Let me tell you, folks, that job behind the plate is as important a job as there is in baseball, as far as I'm concerned. Ricky, you know that when you have a guy back there who you feel confident in being able to call a game and work the game, that is huge. And I think the Phillies have one of the best 1-2 tandems behind the plate.
All right, put your GM hat on again and tell us your thoughts on Michael Lorenzen, the pitcher from Detroit. The Phillies make a trade with the Tigers. They send Hao-Yu Lee to the Tigers, and they also trade with Pittsburgh. Bailey Falter goes to the Pirates. Rodolfo Castro comes to Philadelphia. What did you think of their trade deadline deals?
I think they were great. I mean, you can only do so much, and I think this club probably needs to, from within, they need to play better baseball, right? The guys who are, the guys that are getting paid a handsome amount of money are the guys who are going to have to really step up. It's great to be augmented, and I think Dave Dombrowski did a heck of a job, frankly, to get a really solid arm. I really like this guy for a variety of reasons. One, he's going to take a little bit of heat off the rotation because they're going to go a 6-man for a little while. I believe that Lorenzen's going to throw on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
At least that's what they hope that he'll do. And that'll keep him sort of in rotation. He's a guy who's got a lot of guts, man. He likes to get after it. Great athlete. He's one of those guys that wants the baseball, and if in fact they get deep into the playoffs or into the playoffs, it may be a situation where he may actually be able to be slid into the bullpen. He's done that and done a good job in Cincinnati. He's always wanted to be a starter, but anytime you can add depth to your pitching staff in any way, shape, or form, and the way he's been throwing lately has been very good. This is a really good arm, a good athlete, a competitor, and I think it'll really help the ball club.
Exciting prospect. We thank you. Am I talking to you tomorrow? Are we talking to you? I think we are. I think
only if you want to.
Yes, absolutely. You know that. Ricky just said it to me right there. All right, buddy. We'll check you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Great job with Tommy. Ruben Amaro Jr. in the booth in Miami. Wild card standings up to the minute, Ricky Bo. The Phillies are tied with the San Francisco Giants for the top wild card spot after 107 games played, and their 59th road game, I might add. Diamondbacks a game back, and then the Brewers, the Marlins, and the Cubs. Going to be bunched up for a little while at least, and the Phillies are 10.5 games back of the Braves in the East, and they got 7 games left against Atlanta.
They still have that opportunity to make a little bit of a mini run here. I mean, you're still talking about the Marlins, who you could put a damper into them with these next 2 games that you see them. And then you have the Royals coming in. So take advantage of what's in front of you. They went into Pittsburgh, they didn't take advantage, but what's in front of you right now is possibly 2 more games with the Marlins and then 3 against the Royals.
Yeah,
Very
it was
nice
a
done.
great play.
Nicely done.
And a surprising play. Here's Rob Thomson on tonight's outcome.
Big story already happened before the game. Trade deadline. Didn't know you had it in you. Castellanos has been struggling. You rested him yesterday. Can you just, how big do you think that bat was for him?
I think it has potential to be huge. Just give him some confidence, and D-Rob hung it, but he got it, and so that's big, and it was big for the club too to come back in that game. And Alcantara was really good. We couldn't get much going off of him, but they stayed after it and got the win.
Is there kind of like a psychological lift when you watch a guy like Alcantara leave the game there after 8 innings?
Well, we kind of figured it because of his pitch count. He went 9 the last time out. So, but yeah, I think he got a chance.
You talked about Schwarber. Gets on base again there in the 9th and 3 times a day. His bat's improving a little bit.
Yeah, he's having good at bats. And, sooner or later he's going to start hitting home runs again. So.
And then Bryce going the opposite way there. And
that was great. Power. Yeah, great at bat. Just stayed on the pitch and went the other way. And when he's good, that's what he does.
Even though the offense wasn't there against Alcantara, it seemed like they found other ways to keep the game close, like defensively, and Ranger got out of some jams. So, could you say about the defense specifically?
Yeah, I thought we played really good defense. We had the relay to the plate. We had a couple double plays, which was big. Marsh made a nice sliding catch. And that's what you got to do when you're facing a guy like Alcantara. It's like a playoff game, and you have to just grind at bats and do the best you can against him, but you got to play defense and you got to pitch.
Stubbs, what is it? You guys worried about his arm on that tag?
Yeah, just kind of like a first baseman, coming up the line. But we think he's going to be fine.
Okay. And what about JT?
We'll see tomorrow, but there's still some swelling in there, and it was funny because I said that he was fine. You guys walked out. The trainer walked in and said, as soon as he started hitting it started hurting. So I said, well, that's good. I don't want to mess his swing up, and so we won't stub him.
What did you think of Ranger?
I thought he was great. I know he gave up 10 hits, but only 1 extra base hit. It was kind of a jam shot from Garcia up the first baseline, but plenty of strikes. I thought the stuff was good. A lot of soft contact, base hits going through our infield. So I thought he was really good. Marte came in, couldn't find the plate for a couple of hitters, but then he got us out of the inning. Soto was good, and it was really encouraging to see Sir Anthony today, how he threw the baseball.
I know you said Lorenzen is going to start Thursday. When's Castro going to get here?
He should be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're going to make a corresponding move tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you know about him, and how do you think you're going to use him?
Young kid, plays the middle, second and short, switch hitter. I guess they sent him down just to hit right-handed, and he was struggling against right-handed pitching, so they just moved him back to being a switch hitter. So he'll be switch hitting, but we'll have to take a look at it and see. I asked if he had played the outfield, and they said no. So I don't know whether he's ever played third, but I know he's played the middle.
Has the outfield defense, when you have Rojas in center and Marshall in the corners, has it been like what you thought it would be?
I think so, yeah. I think so. Those guys can both play, they're good defenders. And Marsh in L.A., when Trout was playing center field, they said he was like one of the best left fielders in the game. So, yeah.